Former Quebec Liberal cabinet minister and lawyer David Heurtel is on the line. And of course, this segment brought to you by Guaranteed Industries. Prepare for the upcoming winter with a Can-Air heat pump or furnace from Guaranteed Industries. 514-342-3400. Your air conditioning professionals since 1957. Good afternoon, Mr. Heurtel.
Good afternoon, Mr. Whalen.
I trust you passed an enjoyable Christmas.
Yes, thank you very much. I hope you did as well.
Oh, yes, very much so. And looking forward to falling asleep at about 9:30, 10 o'clock on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I'm as the years pile up, I prefer earlier start times for celebration.
Right. David, it seems like business and labor voices throughout the country are pushing for our Prime Minister to tighten up the Team Canada strategy before the CUSMA review this year.
Yeah, obviously, they're as the year is coming to a close, this has not been a good year economically, as we all know. It's difficult, and of course, a lot of voices are saying, "Okay, let's try to get a deal done." But it's not an easy thing. Now, I see some voices, trying to put pressure, but if you look closely at the hand that Mark Carney was dealt, it's not an easy one, and when you look at how Canada is positioning itself to actually transform its economy and shift its extensive reliance on trade with the U.S. I think it's short-term pain for midterm and long-term gain. Now, obviously, there are going to be some very extensive negotiations, but I really think that, you can push and put pressure all you want on the Canadian side of things, but let's all remember we're dealing with Donald Trump, and I think what will put more pressure, and I don't see that much division on the Canadian side actually. When you look at the major economic associations, trade associations, they're not openly criticizing or openly against what Mark Carney is trying to do. But I really think, Tom, that what is key in the upcoming months, and we're seeing signs of this, is the cracks in Republican support for Donald Trump as the midterms are going to be coming, right, in November. And I think you're going to see more and more pressure because Trump's tariffs are hurting, first and foremost, Americans and the American economy. Just look what he had to do with American farmers. Gave them, a $10-12 billion emergency aid package because the tariffs are hurting the U.S. farmers. Just look in Kentucky, Jim Beam is closing plants because the bourbon industry
unheard of.
Unheard of, yeah. Especially these days. We all need a drink. but the idea is that the bourbon industry in Kentucky, which is nobody's going to say that Kentucky doesn't vote Republican in presidential elections, and they're going under as well. So I think, and just imagine if the U.S. Supreme Court, now we know it's a Trump court, but still, if the U.S. Supreme Court strikes down any or part of these tariffs in the coming months, there should be a decision soon, that also will transform the dynamic. So there's a lot of unknowns there, and I think what Mark Carney has smartly done is open, Canada to more trade with Europe, open up, more trade with India, and diversifying our economy. That takes time, but I think we're on the right track here. But a lot of this will depend on Trump.
Do you think he, meaning Mark Carney, is playing sort of a wait-and-see game for the midterm elections?
I think it's part of the calculation. I don't think it's the whole game. Mm-hmm. I really think, look, he's remember last time we spoke, both of us, our U.S. ambassador had resigned, Christian Hellman.
Yeah.
And now he's brought in Mark Wiseman, a close ally, a man who knows, the inner circles of high finance in the U.S. Mark Carney has really built up his team at a lot of levels to try to negotiate a deal. But at the same time, I think what he's done, I don't think it's wait and see. He's been very aggressive. Look, just one example. When was the last time you heard Canada talking seriously about buying European fighter jets?
Yeah, really. Yeah. Good point.
And this is not a bluff. I mean, the Swedish royal family came for a visit.
Yeah.
And it was all about those fighter jets.
Mm-hmm.
And those are billion-dollar deals over 10, 15, 20 years. This is a big deal. So we have never entertained that 5, 10, 20 years ago.
Right.
And so we always bought our fighter jets from the U.S. And so that's just one of many examples. Carney opened up dialogue with India. Again, remember a year ago we were even talking to India? No,
yeah.
We were almost, in a cold war with, so to speak, with India under Justin Trudeau.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really think that this is three-dimensional chess here, and Mark Carney is well equipped to play. But there is a wait and see here. But the thing is that one, the support for Donald Trump within Congress, within the Republican Congress, is wavering in a way we haven't seen before. The polls for him are not good heading into the midterms. Mm-hmm. And again, that Supreme Court decision could go against him in whole or in part. So those are things to look out for that could put pressure on Kuzma and getting us to a deal. But also, Tom, I think it's important to understand that we have to, as Carney said, our relationship with the U.S. has completely changed. And our economy cannot be solely dependent on the U.S., and I think that's what he's doing as well, looking towards Europe and India and other countries around the world.
David, let's turn our sights for a moment to a city you're very familiar with, Quebec City. A story in the Journal this morning saying that infighting or internal problems, if you will, within the Liberal Party, the Quebec Liberal Party, are actually dragging down the broader political class in Quebec City.
That's a funny way to spin it, isn't it, for the Journal de Montréal?
Yeah.
I laugh because, they do this during the break, the holiday break. They always do this poll, right? Who are the most popular, least popular leaders?
Yeah.
Municipal, provincial, federal. They put everything in the pot and they come out with the numbers. These are very interesting. And so the big headline from the Journal de Montréal is this, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Pablo Rodriguez's problems that are bringing down the entire political class. Now, but when you look at the actual poll, because the real headline, if you looked at the poll, which is not something the Journal de Montréal is going to want to promote, is the fact that the most popular politician in Quebec, according to Léger, and let's understand that Léger usually polls accurately and polls a lot of francophones across Quebec.
Yeah.
The most popular politician in Quebec this year is Mark Carney.
Is a federal liberal.
Is a federal liberal.
Yeah.
So I guess the people that do the headlines of MLS said, nah, we can't go with that. So let's think up something else, because also what's really funny is that the second most popular active politician, because here's the thing, here's what's really fascinating about this poll, is that the second most popular politician is Manon Massé, the Quebec Solidaire MNA,
and she
is leaving.
Yeah.
Who's resigned. She was co-leader a year ago. She resigned. And the fourth most popular politician is Gabriel Nadeau-Dubois, former co-leader of Quebec Solidaire. So it seems that when you decide to leave, that's when your numbers go up at Quebec Solidaire, because there's nobody else from Quebec Solidaire in the top 10.
Fond memories.
So, that's funny. But the second most popular politician in Quebec who is active is Mélanie Joly.
Another federal liberal.
Another federal liberal cabinet minister. I can't be sure of my numbers. I haven't made a detailed study of this, but I don't think I've seen this in a while, where the two most popular active politicians in Quebec are two federal liberals.
Yeah.
The prime minister and a minister. And then what it does show as well is that now we know, of course, the least popular politician is Pierre Poilievre, nothing new there. After that, François Legault, nothing new there. Éric Duhaime, still top three in the most unpopular politicians. That spells trouble for him. He's been trying to rebuild his image. It's not getting where he needs to go. When your unfavorables are at 51%, that's not good.
That's not good.
But what's really important, I think, Tom, on this is also when you look at Paul Saint-Pierre Plamondon's numbers, he's only at 40% favorables, 30 unfavorables, and 30% of people who are surveyed say, I don't know the guy. And so and he dropped 9 points from the same poll in June. What happened between that time? First of all, he came out with, how he would roll out Quebec currency over the 10 years following an independent Quebec, while issue 1, 2, and 3 for Quebecers is the cost of living and affordability. And also all his ill-fated comments, about people who take grants and subsidies from the federal government, attacking the cultural sector, Radio-Canada, and actually the scientific sector as well. Right. And he's dropping. So for a guy who's coming into an election year and trying to supposedly prepare Quebec for an election, a referendum rather, these are not good numbers. And so again, for the second time, the provincial Liberals, if they pick the right guy this time, they could have an opening there.
David, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. And once again, I've indulged myself far too long. We've gone too late.
But, that's me. What can I say?
No. I'm supposed to be the traffic cop here. So anyway.
Great talking to you, Tom.
Great talking to you. We'll talk to you soon.
I'm Luke Wilson. Join me each week for Film Never Lies. Since retiring from the NFL, I've had a lot on my mind, and now I've got my own show. So if you're tired of lazy takes, if you want honest conversations, join us each week. Film Never Lies, available on all TSN platforms and the iHeartRadio app.